Good evening, everyone. My name is Kim and I have been traveling since the end of 2022. I did come home once within these travels, which was the start of last year. So I am originally from Australia, Melbourne, Australia, and I have just been traveling around since the end of 2022. In today's video, I wanted to cover, I guess, the truth about long-term travel, something that I think a lot of people do not actually speak about, and I wanted to actually cover. I recently edited a video which was my last week in Bangkok, and I did actually also spiral and also ended up not filming what I wanted to film that day and just actually sitting down and talking about the emotions I was going through. So that was 1 month ago, and now it is approaching the end of May. It's currently 9 p.m. and I think the last month has been more difficult than I wanted to admit, or that I even realized was happening, or what I was going through. So today I will pretty much discuss the struggles that there are, and I have just taken some notes because I was trying to work through these emotions, and I think even just writing it out hasn't really helped, so I'm not too sure what else to do, but I thought, express it to the camera and have a chat about it and hopefully feel better. So yeah, first off, just wanted to say that traveling has been amazing. It has been the dream come true for sure, but in saying so, it has not been, just butterflies and rainbows. There are a lot of struggles, a lot of uncertainty to kind of have this lifestyle, and I love it. I wouldn't change it for the world, but of course there are a lot of difficulties that I think a lot of other people don't speak about, and I was looking for resources on how to get out of this mindset or how to move forward, and I felt like there wasn't that many. So if this vlog can help someone not feel alone, not feel isolated, then I'm pretty happy with that, and I hope that it also helps me as well, just to express and get it off my chest. Like, as I mentioned, a month ago I recorded a similar vlog, and I've just recently edited that vlog, but I felt like, wow, I'm still going through the emotions. The emotions have got even deeper, and I'm unsure what to do about it. But yeah, so the first thing on my list is mental health. It's the loneliness, depression, and a bit of anxiety. So, the freedom is incredible. It has been amazing, but that doesn't mean that some days aren't lonely and you just feel so alone and depressed. I have stayed in shared dorms, and that has been either peaceful or very chaotic. Sometimes you need to stay on and speak to other people, even though you're just so exhausted, and it's just very light conversations. It's small talk. It's always the same thing: introducing yourself, asking about their day. Nothing really, because you know that you are eventually moving on, and so there's just no point of having an in-depth friendship, right? Because then in turn it's worse off to kind of say goodbye whilst you move on to your next city or country. It has been really difficult to not have friends. All my close friends are, of course, from back home or in other countries, and so maintaining the online connection, it's not the same. You don't have a hug. The deep conversations are in real life. It's very hard to touch base and go into detail unless you are having a video call or a phone call, but even then it's really not the same as having real life presence, for sure. I've had anxiety about health. I recently accidentally overdosed. I was meant to take diarrhea pills, and then I took a double dose of painkillers. That was such a vulnerable moment for me, vulnerable day for me, because I was scrambling. I was Googling, what do I need to do? Do I need to get help? Who do I call? And that moment was just not good. Honestly, it was just not a great feeling at all. I feel very disconnected most of the time, like I'm just floating from city to city or country to country. I don't have real connection with anybody. I have no home, I have no anchor. I just feel like it's just me, my suitcase, and honestly the camera has become my main companion, which is actually really sad to say. I just feel like there's just a roller coaster of emotions. My mood is always swinging. Sometimes I'm just exhausted, but I just know that I need to get to the next destination. It's a travel day. Um, you know, you need to be on guard as well if there's any safety issues. You just need to think ahead and just be mindful of your surroundings as well. So it just takes a lot of toll on you for sure. You know, days that I don't vlog, I feel like I speak 50 words. I'm just saying like, hi, how are you? And thank you, like when I'm buying something, and there's no real like talking. It just feels so eerie, even though at the moment, so I usually stay in shared dorms, but at the moment I'm staying in my own place, and even then it's just eerie, like complete silence just feels like it echoes. It's just like another level of loneliness too. I don't know what to do. I didn't realize that you could be surrounded by beauty and just feel so empty. It is such a strange feeling, to be quite frank, and a confusing one too. Yeah, I mean, the second one that I had, and I think everything kind of overlaps because I'm just kind of going on as I can remember. So yeah, the as I mentioned, the loneliness doesn't come from just being alone. It's from not being seen, not being known, because you're just always moving. So in hostels, you feel like the friendships are surface level, just like small talk, no real connection or no depth. But when you have your own place, you also feel it's super quiet, it's super eerie. The silence kind of kills you too. You almost don't know what to do with yourself. Um, yeah, I mean, all my close friends, as I mentioned, are now online based, and it's just not the same as I mentioned. I've tried to share like the issues that I'm going through, the emotions that I'm going through, and I think like it's very hard for my family and friends to understand because our lifestyles are so different, of course. That's not to blame them or anything, but it's just the responses I get. I feel like I'm being misunderstood or I'm not being seen. Um, yeah, like they'll of course will say, you know, you're living the dream, and yes, I am living the dream, but it doesn't come with other emotions or other struggles as well. You know, having no touch, no rhythm, no connection, it's something that I think every human needs, and it's actually just gotten so difficult. Um, Eating alone, I do not mind eating alone at all, but there are moments where it's like, yeah, I mean, I would love to have someone sit across from me that is not a stranger, that actually I don't have to explain so much about myself. They don't need to like know my whole story. Someone that is familiar and just gets me and just knows me. I want to feel seen or heard, without having, I guess, just someone that, I guess what I want is someone that already knows like my full backstory, so I don't have to just start from scratch. It is exhausting as well. Um, yeah, the other side is the fatigue of making decisions. So decision fatigue. It's just like every day you need to decide where you're going, what are you vlogging, what are you eating, what are you eating, what are you eating. Um, all these things that you need to just be ready for or prepared for, whether that's your next city, going into one country, flying in, you need to generally have an exit ticket, so you need to actually plan in advance. And sometimes I'm either very on top of it, like crazy on top of it, or just like delaying it because I don't even know what is happening, to make a decision. And yeah, I mean, when you're both the traveler as well as the curator, it takes a toll on you because the everything becomes blurred. You don't know when you're actually relaxing. Even when you're relaxed, your mind is already in a mindset of you just don't turn off. You're always thinking of the next idea that you want to vlog. I've tried to like set goals or set like yeah, I guess like goals or some type of discipline thing where it's like, okay, I'm each location, this is how many vlogs I'm doing, and I try to map it out based on how much time I'm there. But I've just found that, and this is probably a me thing, like my own thing that I need to work on, of course, is that I just vlog more than I need to or that I should. For example, if I'm in a location for a week, I will try to do 4 or 5 vlogs, and that doesn't include editing days because I am editing on the go as well. It doesn't also include time to actually explore on my own time off. actually relax and soak in the environment properly, but also it doesn't allow me time to work out travel plans for my next destination. So it's just like always running full speed, and it is actually so exhausting, and it's so taxing as well on your body, on your sleep, on your mood, especially when you are moving around so frequently, just always getting to the next location and then the same thing, unpacking, repacking, and then going. Logistics of it is just so exhausting. I yeah, like I just find that it is just so exhausting all the time, amongst, and that's just like a factor. These are all factors of why this such a big feeling for me at the moment, because of like the loneliness, the need for connection and not really having it, and things like that, right? Yeah. What's next? Yeah, so I went over the health anxiety and the vulnerability of the overdose, decision fatigue. Yeah, I mean, digital burnout is real when you're both the planner and the creator. Everything is just blurred. Like, I've got spreadsheets on spreadsheets, I've got a freaking huge calendar, I've got endless notes on my phone, I have all these alarms on what day to release, what to do, what day do I need to get things done, and it is just becoming like so intense. And when I say all these things, it's just moments of like, I think anyone that travels full time goes through these emotions where you just crave like a routine, or some, or the simple things, like even just a pillow, your pillow back home, even just like knowing where the freaking closest supermarket or convenience store is just like you don't even know because you've just arrived. It's just like so exhausting, on your body, on your mood, on everything. Um, yeah. Lack of routine. So of course you're never really fully settled in before it's time to leave again. Your sleep suffers, your health fluctuates, and even your emotions just are just a roller coaster. You don't even know what's happening because now you're at the next location and it's time to reset, start again. Um, yeah, I mean, so then that's, without structure, it's so easy to spiral or stall in terms of making decisions. Some days I'm like full of fire, everything gets done. Other days I just feel like I'm underwater. I don't even know what's happening. I'm like yo, I couldn't care less right now. Um, yeah, I think the biggest one for me, and this is all of the time that I have been traveling, is kind of feeling misunderstood. What really ticks me off is when someone tells me that you're living the dream, you're so lucky. In my mind, I just feel like it's such a weird statement to say to somebody, and I honestly have said it to people as well, but now going through it, I and reflecting, I just feel like it downplays what has actually happened. So it's almost, it makes me feel like money just fell off trees and I just happened to go traveling. But it was like, no, to actually want this dream and to achieve this dream meant a lot of things. I had to save for a number of years. I had to really sacrifice things as well to get to this dream. I had to leave my job as well. So I was at my job for almost, or a bit over 3 years, and in that time, I managed to climb the corporate ladder. So to leave that job wasn't really just leaving a job, it was leaving stability, it was leaving like a bit of status, it was leaving the potential of what this job could bring me for my future. So it was leaving everything that I kind of knew, a safety net, to have security, stability, and to actually pick this dream of traveling is, it's not as easy said than done. Like, you have to let go of all this judgment that people give you, because a lot of people will say that you should have a traditional job, that, you know, maybe you just travel for a year and you come home. So people always want to give you their opinion, and you need to really push that away and know that this is what you're doing. But you know, it comes with a lot of doubt. I've had so much moments where I've doubted, is this the right decision? Will I come to regret this? And you know, to do what I'm doing at the moment, or to travel or be home for an extended period of time, you miss out on a lot of things. You miss out on birthdays, you miss out on weddings, engagements, people like your friends having a child, you miss out on a lot of social events. You also miss out on like small things, but they mean a lot, like Mother's Day and Father's Day. Like you miss the connection, and it's always a reminder of what you are actually missing out on, what you are not there for. Hell, I've even missed out on freaking funerals. Like it is not easy, and at the end of the day, I tell myself and I remind myself that no matter what decision that you pick, there is no decision where you can have it all. You will always live with a little bit of regret for the things that you couldn't have or the things that you had to sacrifice. And it's an ongoing thing of feeling guilty and then forgiving yourself, and just knowing that there's nothing in this world that you can have it all. And I think like on top of the anxiety, depression, loneliness, there's these moments of anger, moments of true sadness, of guilt. Yeah. And I think the bottom line is really wanting to feel seen or heard. And I didn't know what else to do but talk to the camera. Yeah. Let me just check if there was anything I missed out on. And yeah, we also drift from our old friends. And the trade-off is that you get to live this life, and this life is amazing, but yeah, like I said, there's nothing that you can have it all. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I think that's a wrap. Thanks for listening. I rambled for 16 minutes now. If you've ever felt this way, if you felt isolated, disconnected from the world, I hope that you know that you're not the only one. And yeah, if you've ever had a similar experience, please share it below. I think it would help myself as well as other people watching this that are struggling too. Other than that, I don't even know how to end this vlog. This is definitely the hardest vlog I've had to do. I sat here with the camera on for at least an hour. I didn't know how to start. But I'm shocked I made it through without shedding a tear. But that doesn't mean the emotions aren't heavy. But yes, I will keep you guys updated. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Thanks for listening to me, and I will see you in the next one.
So sweet like a lemonade. Took time making you the minute made. We can do something new, let me innovate. We can take it slow like we iterate.